everyone, Mary here and welcome to a new edition of Books and Cookies Book Talk. Today's topic is my February wrap-up, the books that I have read during this month, and I'm so proud of myself. So far this year I've read about 15 books and that's going way better than I had expected at the beginning. And I think that my Goodreads challenge is going to be a piece of cake this year. First up, my first 3 books of the month have been the books in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. And this has been a reread for me. I have reread them with some friends. We had a ton of fun discussing theories, discussing our predictions for Queen of Shadows, which is scheduled to be released in September of this year. And it's just been a hell of a ride. And look, I have marked a lot of quotes of significant scenes of everything I have liked while reading these books. And I have to say, if you have not read them so far, what are you waiting for? I think I can very well be considered an ambassador for this series because I have screamed at everyone to just read them because they're flipping amazing. Also, look at the pretty covers. Oops. Yeah, so please read them. You will not regret doing it for 1 second because they're freaking amazing. They're just perfect. Oh. The writing is incredible, the characters are awesome, the plot is just out of this world, and yeah, read them, these books now. Just do it. Just don't question me, just do it. Next book for the month, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I have never read a book that is alien related, like with a plot that's related to aliens and people coming from out of space and stuff like this, because it veers towards sci-fi and I'm not really a big fan of sci-fi, but I had a blast reading this. It's been amazing. The writing is unbelievable. I love the characters, I love the plot, I love the idea, although it's been a bit confusing at first because it's the first 4 waves, what the hell is going on, why are these people doing this, what are the aliens trying to do exactly, what is each wave characterized by, but about, I don't know, halfway through, it gripped me all of a sudden. It's fantastic. Please read it. I cannot wait to check out the sequel, The Infinite Sea, and I think the 3rd book is coming out this year, so that should be one hell of a ride. Yeah. Silver Shadows by Richelle Mead, the 5th book in the Bloodline series. It's been a year since I had read the previous 4 books and I fell in love with the series. Silver Shadows was pretty good. It was a bit hard for me to come back to this because Richelle has a very particular style of writing which I had liked before, but now as I have grown accustomed to the style of writing for other authors, I did not particularly enjoy it this time. But regardless of that, I miss the world, I miss the characters, I miss everything that's been happening in this series, and I loved Silver Shadows. Despite everything else, I loved it. It was a really good book. I flew through it. After Silver Shadows, I also picked up The Ruby Circle, which is the last book in the Bloodline series and currently the last book in the whole Vampire Academy universe. I felt that it wasn't as good as it could have been. It was really shorter than any of the other books in the series. It felt a bit undone. There was also a really huge plot twist that was set during the book, and she just left it there. She just, yes, there is potential for another spin-off series, but I don't know. I felt really dissatisfied. It didn't feel complete to me, and yeah, that was bittersweet. It's a good series, but it's just the last book left it lacking. there wasn't enough drama. Everything just resolved itself and everyone was happy at the end. I'm sorry if this is spoilery, but it didn't feel like a challenge at all. It just felt like, okay, let's get this done with and just move on and write something else because I'm sick of this. Next up, Falling into Place by Amy Zhang. This book, I had difficulty getting into it at the beginning because there's just this fluctuating point of view and it just moves. The narrative keeps switching from the present to the past to the even further past, and it's a bit of a challenge until you get into it, but afterwards, holy shit. It left me in tears and it was just so beautifully written. It's been a while since I've read a book that was this poetic. Everything just felt like a poem, like a really good poem, and you just felt things in your heart and soul. And yeah, it's about a girl who commits suicide by driving her car off a cliff. It's about the relationships she has with the people around her, how she influenced them, how she feels that she's done nothing but bad in her life and nothing is how it's supposed to be. And she just decides that she doesn't want to make people, I don't know, to influence them in a bad way anymore, so the world would just be better off without her. It's so powerful. Just read it. It's amazing. Last up, Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. It's an amazing coming-of-age story. It's about a girl who seems to have everything, but after something happens before the summer, before her junior year in high school, she's left friendless, lonely. She is despised by her former best friend. So beautiful. And there's a quote in there that it's important, and I think everyone should just think about it a little. And it says, don't judge, don't think or judge, just listen. And that's something that we should be doing a lot more, us as humans. We often say we're fine, we often claim that we listen to others, but that hardly happens. It's really, really beautiful, so give it a try. This has been it for today. I hope I have managed to convince you guys to give a try to the books that I have read this month. Let me know what you guys have read during the month of February, if there was a book that has stayed with you. What's your favorite book of the month? Anything that goes in your head can go in the comments below. My Tumblr, Goodreads, Twitter are linked in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. And remember, books for the soul, cookies for the tummy. Bye guys!